There's so much I want to say, and there's so many topics that I want to cover. I have an insight into a world of social media that I believe not many people are aware of in terms of how it works in advertisements, how I know a lot of other social media personalities and just how fake it all is. And I say fake because I don't think anyone has bad intentions. I just think they're caught up in it like I was. I have a whole career built around social media. What I'm doing scares the absolute fuck out of me. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's going to happen next. I have no idea how I'm going to make money. And yeah, last night I got really, really scared because I was like, holy shit, I have all these messages, but how are people going to hear them? But then I reminded myself very clearly why I'm doing this. Taking myself off social media is a wake-up call to anyone and everyone who follows me. I had the dream life. I had 500,000 people interested in me on social media, on Instagram, sorry. I had over 100,000 views on most of my videos on YouTube. To a lot of people, I made it. I was signed with, I still am technically signed with, and I don't want to model at all anymore, but I'm signed with one of the biggest agencies in Australia. I had one of the biggest agencies in America want to sign me for modeling and for my YouTube. I had messages and messages of big companies, brands, sponsorships on my hands, and I was in LA and I was at a pinnacle of success in what I thought it was. I was dating a guy that was way more famous than me, way more successful, had an amazing car, beautiful beyond words, and he was fucking depressed. And I was like, what, you have everything. I was surrounded by all this wealth and all this fame and all this power, and yet they were all miserable. And I had never been more miserable. I'm the girl that had it all, and I want to tell you that having it all on social media means absolutely nothing to your real life. And it might for a second, yeah, like I was making changes in a small amount to do with veganism, to do with whatever, positive thinking. But at the same time, everything I was doing was edited and contrived and to get more value and to get more views, to get more, I had all this in me that I just wanted more people to hear me. So everything I did was for views, for likes, for followers. I did shoots for like hours just to get photos for Instagram. I would meet up with people and talk and connect, whatever, but just make photos for Instagram. Like, yes, I could connect with them, but the basis of what we were doing wasn't just love and in nature and getting out there and talking about life. It was social media, which is now a business. If you don't think it's a business, you're deluding yourself. Unless you follow like very, very clean accounts. When you're following someone and they have a lot of followers and they're promoting products, they are paid. Companies will email you with dot points of what you should say, with times of the day to post, with what you should do in the photo, with how you should hold the product or where you should have it in the background. Companies know the power of social media and they are exploiting it. But it's far bigger than any company or anything else. I quit social media for my 12-year-old self. When I was 12, I told myself I meant nothing, that I was worthy of nothing because I wasn't popular online, I wasn't a model, I wasn't beautiful by society's standards. At 12, I obsessively stalked everyone that was that online. I looked at other girls who were models, who were beautiful, who were famous on YouTube. They had all of this likes and all of these views and followers, and I thought, damn, they would be so happy surrounded by all these people that love them and appreciate them. I want that. I want to be valued. I remember looking at the catalog for Billabong or Roxy, whatever the surf brand. That was what it was like really cool back then. That was like the ideal thing. I remember looking at pictures of these models and then looking at my thighs and stomach in the mirror and thinking, do I look like that? How can I look that? I remember Googling models like centimeters of their waist and their thighs and then measuring my own to compare. At 12, I told myself I would be of value the more views I got on YouTube. Or I looked at girls that had heaps of views and I thought, damn, I want that. I told myself that when I have heaps of views, people will view me. I will feel valued. I will feel happiness. I let myself be defined by numbers. And the only thing that made me feel better about myself I don't want to say I was depressed or had anxiety, but I definitely had all the symptoms that if you Google depression and anxiety, I had all of that times a billion. The only time I felt better about myself, really, was the more followers, the more likes, the more praise, and the more views I got online. It was never enough. You'd think getting 100,000 followers on Instagram would be amazing. Yeah, it was for the day. But then you want 200,000. You'd think having 500,000 followers on Instagram is like the dream, right? That's what if someone told me at 16 or 12, at 12, Asina, you're going to have 500,000 followers on Instagram. You're going to have a YouTube account that has 100,000 views plus. You're going to have a big modeling contract. You're going to have all of that. I would have been like, no, what? I would have gone crazy. And I'm quitting social media to tell anyone and everyone who's still watching, I was miserable. I had it all and I was miserable, because when you let yourself be defined by numbers, you let yourself be defined by something that is not pure, that is not real, and that is not love. Likes, views, followers. We are not followers. You are not a follower. I'm not a follower. I spent 12 to 16 wishing I was this perfect person online. Then I spent 16 to 18 proving my life on social media, perfecting myself enough to be that person. Everything I did in a day was to be that perfect person online. There were shoots, styled pictures of what I was eating, I don't know, carefully edited videos on YouTube. I did everything in my power to prove to the world that, hey, I'm important, I'm beautiful, and I'm cool. But is making your whole day proving to everyone else that you're amazing, is that life? Proving yourself online? Taking pictures just in hopes to get likes and compliments, getting excited over how many likes you got or how many people follow you. It's not life. And it's not what's making you happy. You want to be valued and loved, but you also want to be free. You know how good it is just to have a day and not think about anyone else, what anyone else is doing, but be with real people? I quit social media because of my 12-year-old self. And I want everyone to know that. At 12, I was miserable because of the numbers I saw on a screen. And at 18, right now, tomorrow's my birthday, I'm 19 tomorrow. At 18, I was miserable as well, even when I had it all. I've met people that are far more successful online than I am, and they're just as miserable and lonely and scared and lost. We all are. There's nothing different between you and I other than I made it, and now I'm at this point where criticism, comparison, praise, hate, I have all these opinions on myself, and I don't even know who I am. I don't know what I stand for, but this is something I feel like for once in my life, I feel like it's real. I let numbers define me at 12, and that stopped me becoming the person that I am and that I should be. At 12, I loved writing, I loved art, I loved anything creative, I loved anything beautiful and real about the world. There are so many things I could have done with my time that I could have just enjoyed. I'm getting really emotional because I feel like at 12, I thought I was nothing. And then here, at nearly 19, with all of these followers, I don't even know what is real, what is not, because I've let myself be defined by something that is so not real. Being with people in your real life, hugging people, talking to people, going out into the park, into nature, that is fucking real life. And I didn't do it for the majority of my life because I was just living in a screen, wishing that people would value me, that people would hear me, that people would just know me. And that's all that I thought I should do, and it's not real. People in your real life matter. You think you're alone, go outside, go to a park, go to a beach, go somewhere. There are people around you. Go to a cafe. There's people around us. You don't have to go on social media to connect. You don't have to prove your life on Instagram for it to be a good life. You don't have to prove your body for you to feel beautiful. You don't have to be a fucking model to know that you are beautiful. You don't have to do any of that, because let me tell you, it's not real. There are so many people talking about this. I am not alone. Cara Delevingne made a video did a talk or whatever, I'll link it below, saying how she had everything and still had fucking depression. She let numbers define her. She let people, this idea of happiness define her, and she had everything and she still felt so lost. This movement is something so much bigger, more bigger than myself. What I'm doing here is a statement that real life isn't through screens. That yes, you can get social, I'm not against social sharing. I'm against the current status of social media. And I have everything to lose by doing this. But majority of people watching this that don't have a career on social media, you have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. There are people around you. Go do things that you love to do in the real world. Volunteer. Help out somewhere. Go to an animal shelter. Go to a cafe and just sit and meet people. Go on a bus. There are people around you. You can go outside and meet people and feel connected. You don't need to prove your value on social media to feel valued. You don't need to do it. I did it. I spent 3 fucking years doing it every day. And I've realized I threw away real connections, or it's so easy just to distract yourself with social media. At 12, because I felt lonely and different, instead of, pursuing art and writing, it was easier to follow people that looked like they were happy. It was easy to follow people online that had heaps of views, that were beautiful by society standards. I looked at them and studied them and envied them and wished I was them. It's easier to want and sit and view online. It's a lot harder to sit alone with yourself and get real with your life. No one does that anymore. When the last 2 weeks of LA, I turned off my phone for a week, and this is when this all happened, because I realized I didn't know myself without social media and without my physical appearance. And I thought that I could talk about these messages online, but then I realized that being on social media for me meant that I was somehow showing people that likes and views equal worth, that you don't have to do anything but explore what excites you. You don't need you don't need big fancy things. Take it from me, I did it all in LA. I saw it all. I had glimpses of the life I thought I wanted. And all I could think about was money and numbers and how good I was looking, how toned I was looking. I was obsessed with how I looked like. And my skin was worse. It just reacted because I didn't feel good. We all want to feel valued. Don't let them trick you. This video was really rough and short. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get it off my chest that this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's a movement that is far greater than I. And if you want to support me, there is a support page where I can't afford rent right now. And even just... It's like I'm embarrassed to admit that I need help, that if you like my videos or like any of my posts or you like this website, if this is of value to you, then yeah, please support me because I can't afford my own real life. I spent the last week just trying to do this website and I can't even, it's like I'm embarrassed to say that, hey, I'd rather you support what I'm doing by you paying what you think it's worth to you. It's like that's embarrassing or wrong, but promoting endless products, getting cheap views on YouTube or being a model, that's like, using my looks for money, that's okay. But actually just making a new thing where I'm like, I really suffered from social media and I want to talk to anyone else that's currently swept up into it. And yeah, like if you think that's cool, support me. It's like I'm embarrassed to say that. It's like I'm ashamed that I no longer, I don't know. But yesterday I was really scared about what I was doing. I'm not like confident and I'm scared. I was like, shit, like how are people gonna know about this? Like I'm taking myself off the grid. But then I had to remind myself that I'm doing this because it's a wake-up call. And 2, I'm not doing this for myself at 18, but I'm doing this for myself at 12, mostly. Because that girl deserves someone to say this. She did. And yeah. If you can do one thing for me, it would be to turn off your phone. Just turn it off. Don't even use the forum. I know the forum's amazing on my site, but don't even use it. Turn off your phone. Go somewhere. Do something you love. And then talk to the people that are also doing that as well. You don't need to find your interests online. You don't need to just rely on social media to meet people. Go volunteer. Go to an animal shelter. Go do something. Go out to a cafe, to a beach, to a park. Just go walk your dog or do something and meet someone else that's doing the same. Go up and talk to someone. And just be like, oh, I love your dog. Or like, oh, isn't the surf great today? I don't know, but just talk. It's scary and weird to just talk to a stranger, but how fucked up is that really? We feel so alone and we're just surrounded by everyone's on their phones, equally feeling as alone. Just go out to someone and talk to them. I want to create t-shirts for this movement. I want someone to wear something that's like funny and like about this movement, and then hopefully if they wear them then they can talk to someone. Like imagine a t-shirt that says, I like people, please come and please talk to me. Like I want to wear that stuff, because really all we need is to feel valued and feel loved by the people around us, and to be doing something that makes us feel alive, whether that's creating something, it's art, it's beautiful, making a change, making a difference. Everything else, social approval and all this excess money, yeah, there's so much I want to say, and there's so many topics I want to cover. There's so much that I know that you don't know, that no one talks about. Yeah.